These are unusual times, and a lot of us have been spending a lot more time at home than we may otherwise have done. Conversely, we've also been cut off from a lot of our friends and family, especially from the elderly and people that who we normally be seeing on a fairly regular basis. We may be struggling to catch up with them. So, in this sort of a situation, the first question that arises is how could we identify somebody who may be struggling either because of newly developing dementia or because they may have already been diagnosed to have dementia, but are struggling because of the changes in the routines that have happened. So I suppose clinically, when I speak to somebody with dementia or with their family and friends, the first thing I'm asking for is what is the impact on the symptom that has been noted on the person in the family? For example, someone with dementia who may have been very confident in doing the shopping or the cleaning or the cooking and things like that may suddenly find themselves struggling a bit more because the normal sources of support that they had are no longer available. So I heard about a patient who does have dementia and is diagnosed, but who used to cope by going out of the house a lot. And he used to go to the betting shops in the local parade. People used to know him, and that was part of his routine and kept him calm. But when the lockdown happened, it was difficult for him to go out. And the challenge was his understanding of why he was not meant to go out wasn't there. So that became a source of confrontation with his carer, but also in terms of his own behavior, that change in routine was something he wasn't coping with, which led to further challenges down the line. So the first thing to think about is what is the impact on the person and the carers of this change in behavior? It's often that impact which is noted. And if there's no other explanation, nothing else you can think about, that should be my first alarm bell ringing that we need to look into this further. The second point to think about is usually in dementia, these changes happen over a period of time. These are slow changes happening over months to years. For someone who was absolutely fine yesterday and there's suddenly been a change today, that may not be purely dementia. It may be something more acute that is happening. For example, something like a water infection or a chest infection or some other disease process which is getting a bit worse, a bit better, and that's called delirium. Sometimes that can unmask dementia, but you always need to think of, is there anything else underlying going on?